Not sure if the mountains even show up very well on this small fisheye lens, but and the wind noise. So this is Congdon Creek, Yukon Campground. This is our last campground in Canada on the way north. Then after about almost 3 full weeks in Alaska, we'll be heading back down, and I think we're actually planning on staying here again. I'd have to check the itinerary, but found some really nice campsites that are together. Fit in here really nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenery coming up here. And the really cool thing about the last few campsites we've been up here in the Yukon is they have free firewood. It's here in camp, you're only to use it here in camp, but it's free firewood. And we're gonna have a campfire, and I'm gonna move that table away because it's way too close to the fire. So just a little tidbit of information for those wanting to come up to Alaska on the Alaskan Highway is when you're in the Yukon, you want an axe. We have firewood, which burns lovely, very nice and dry, but it comes in full rounds. You got to split it yourself. This is the third campground we've come across up in the Yukon. Number one that allows campfires, because down in BC they weren't allowing any campfires at all. Up in there in the Yukon they're allowing fires, and they have free firewood at the campgrounds, but as you can see it all comes in rounds. So if you want a fire, I would strongly suggest bringing your own axe. Not sure what these plants are, and we're trying to remember who told us about these dandelion looking things that don't come apart very easily. It's almost like cotton. I mean, it feels so weird. This is really cool though. I don't know what those are. We're gonna have to find out. So here we are at Congdon Creek, Yukon Governmental Campground in the Kluane Mountains. This is Kluane Lake. And this place is gorgeous. I am about 95% certain that this camera is doing nothing for this. And this is our camp for the night.
This is so pretty.
This is cool. Amazing. Deciding to people. Yep, there he goes. We came up with our own Alcan Song. Rollin', 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 swervin', 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 Alcan. Look to the horizon, the potholes they resizin', big enough to swallow a man. And boy, is there a lot of road damage out here. This is crazy.
This is even where it's been really bad.
No wonder they say to take your time or you're gonna damage stuff out here. I mean, this is crazy. I am loving this country. It is beautiful. I don't even know what this lake is called. Underwater potatoes. Huh. Interesting. This is pretty darn cool. You get a good one. All those stickers.
Ooh, it's cold out here.
Okay guys, someone needs to stand in front of it.
Well, well, well. Welcome to Alaska. Look at that.
Dear, you can get over there too.
We're in Alaska. Look, it's gateway to the 49th state, and this is our 49th state.
It is.
Weird.
My 50th.
This unfortified boundary line between the Dominion of Canada and the United States of America should quicken the remembrance of the more than a century-old friendship between these countries. A lesson of peace to all nations. Erected May 31st, 1982, Kiwanis International. The sign to Alaska. The sign to the Yukon. Canadian flag and American flag. We made it. Oh, here's the international boundary line. Oh wow, you can see that go for miles. That's crazy.
Difference in the quality of the road once you cross the border. You think that somebody would have commented on that. Because it's kind of noticeable.
I'm losing track of days. I don't even remember which campground this is. But we have finally made it to Alaska, the proper big part of Alaska. We missed Skagway. We might try to get it on the way back home. But the trailer's been repaired, and we have been able to make it up here, though the Alcan is a bit rough. There's 13 spots. You've got to come down a gravel / dirt road a little over a mile from the main highway to get here, but here we are. Looks like they might have free firewood. We might have to check that out tonight. Let's go down to the lake. Some of the spots are pretty small. I see a grouse crossing the road down there. I know you can't see it on camera, just too small. One thing I do like about the campground spots here is they are quite a ways from each other, which is nice to one aspect, but if you're camping with a friend, it's hard to find two spots next to each other. And then there's a day use area down here that right next to the lake. I got a bunch of life jackets up on the sign there. That's kind of cute. Nice for the kids to be able to grab those and use them while they're out here playing in the water. Decent gravel boat launch here. And they do have some signs up. A black bear was seen recently in camp, so always, as always, it seems like on this trip, once we got up north, is be bear aware. Not a bad looking lake. So our trailer woes aren't quite over yet. Our friend Stan, who we're traveling with, now has a spare tire on because he had some axle issues back when the trailer was basically new, and appears the rear axle is bent, and the original tire was showing the threads on the inside of the tire, so we had to replace that this morning. So always something when you're traveling in an RV. This is the view from our campground. Not too bad if I do say so myself. This is the Ranch House Lodge and RV Park. They've got some cabins here that you can rent as well. They have a lot of pull-through sites. And they're set up for some pretty good size RVs. We have just short 22, 23 footers, so we fit just about everywhere, but lots of pull-throughs. They're working on a lodge. Looks like it's something they're building right now. Looks like it's going to be a real nice place when it's done. They've got a restaurant and lounge here. Pretty nice little place. Wrangell St. Elias National Park. There's some outstanding view of mountains when there's no clouds. We mistimed this one. It happens. Liberty Falls, Wrangell St. Elias National Park. Actually, technically we're not quite in the park yet, but here we are. That is cool. So back there in the distance should be the Wrangell Mountains. I think they're still there, just can't see them because of the clouds.